Hey guys, Brian here from Cross Coast Gaming with another Vault of Glass hard mode guide. This time we're going to go over the easiest way to defend the confluxes and defeat the Templar on hard difficulty. Remember to check out DestinyLFG.com if you're looking for a group for the Vault of Glass. So the Templar is the first real boss found inside the Vault of Glass when you gain access to the raid after defending the sink plates outside. Your fire team will find themselves perched on a ledge above the area where the boss fight takes place, just as you did in the normal version of the raid. Now it's important to remember that there are three main phases to the complete Templar battle. In phase 1, you are defending various amounts of confluxes from the Vex as they spawn at the ends of the room and attempt to sacrifice themselves to the obelisks. In the second phase, the confluxes disappear, having successfully been defended, and you must now destroy the oracles that will spawn in 7 locations around the room, while surviving the onslaught of an ever-spawning Vex armada. And in phase 3, you gain access to a shield that spawns in the center of the room and must use its power in order to lower the Templar's shields and deal damage to them, while also neutralizing less frequently spawning oracles. Now beginning in phase 1, you will originally be tasked with defending but a single conflux found at the beginning of the room, that is, the side of the room that is closest to where you enter from. During this process, you will have adds spawning from 3 main regions of the room and all funneling towards the conflux your team is defending. Due to the placement of these spawn areas, it is generally best to have 2 members primarily defending the left side, 2 members primarily defending the right, and 2 members primarily remaining in the center lane. Your team does not need to be too far forward, as your only challenge is to defend the constructing statue at the back of the room. The 3 main enemies that will appear throughout your defense of the confluxes are Minotaurs, which are the strongest and most resilient of the bunch, Fanatics, which will explode if within melee range, dealing damage to you and will have a pool of green slime where they die, and the default Vex combatants, which are the most numerous enemy that will be attacking you. Now it is imperative that you do not step in the pool of green slime that the Fanatics leave behind when they die, as it will mark you for negation, meaning you will be instantly killed if the Templar uses his Ritual of Negation ability. The only way to avoid the instant death is to get cleansed. How do you get cleansed, you ask? There is a pool of white light in the very center of the room that will remove your mark of negation when you enter it. However, be aware that you have a limited amount of uses before it disappears. After successfully preventing the Vex from reaching the conflux and sacrificing for long enough, the back conflux will disappear and be replaced by 2 new confluxes, one on the left and one on the right. You will still have adds spawning from the same 3 areas, but this time they will be headed directly towards these 2 new confluxes. For this phase, it is important to have the 2 members defending the left to move up in front of their conflux to prevent sacrifices, and for the 2 members on the right to do the same on their side. Again, after successfully defending the areas long enough, both of the zones will disappear, and you will have a brief period for R&R while defending yourself from harpies before all 3 confluxes spawn at the same time. Though it may be intuitive to assume that there will still be 3 groups of 2 players spread evenly throughout the room, it is generally agreed upon that the left side is more challenging to defend than the right side. This is due to the significantly shorter distance the Vex need to travel between their teleportation destination and the conflux itself. This shorter distance means you will often have enemies teleporting behind you and begin sacrificing before you even notice they're there. So it is best to move one of the 2 members defending the center to join the 2 members on the left side for added defense. During this time, communication is key, specifically when dealing with Minotaurs, which should be located and destroyed as soon as possible before they are able to get within melee range and wreak havoc. Again, after holding these 3 points long enough, they will disappear and you will earn a checkpoint. And it's as easy as that. To see our guide on the easiest way to kill the oracles and complete the second phase of the Templar fight, click the annotation on the right side of the screen.